Now that you have your Google account all set up and ready to go, I'm going to introduce you to Google Drive by just taking you on a quick tour of it. You'll notice I'm at google.com and that I'm signed into the account that I created just for this purpose. So this is a brand new account. So those of you who have not used a Google Drive before, this is what yours is going to look like. It's a very new account. At the top here, you'll see your profile picture if you put one in, access to your Gmail. Then you're going to see this little button here. That's called the waffle. And when you click on the waffle, it gives you all of the different ways to utilize Google. We're going to focus here on Google Drive. What Google Drive is, it's a cloud-based storage system where you can create and store files that you can keep for yourself or that you can choose to share with others. And I have to tell you, the collaborative aspect of Google is what sets it apart from other programs. I know some of you are probably thinking to yourself, why do I need to learn how to make a Google Doc? I know how to make a Word document. Why do I have to learn how to use Google Slides because I know how to make a PowerPoint or a Keynote? You don't, but I will tell you, for your workflow purposes and your efficiency purposes, this is kind of the world we live in that access to everyone is huge. And so with Google Drive, you have the ability to collaborate in ways that you never did before. So when you first log in, you're going to see this little tutorial, and you can kind of skip through that if you want, read through it, whatever you want to do. And then all of the files that you save and store will be here. Now you see this account, there's nothing in it because it's brand new. I'm in my Drive here is where I am. I'm going to click over and show you my Google account, one that's being used, because I think it helps to see what it looks like once folks start using it a bit. This is my Google Drive, and you can see I have a lot of things in mine, and you have the ability to make folders and folder up the things that you need, so it just helps you be more organized. The more you use Google, the more you're going to want to do that. And then you can it'll just shoot different files in here as well, and these little icons to the side tell you what type of file it is. So I'm going to click back over to our dummy account here where I'm showing you a new account. And if you click on this new button, you see you have the ability here to create a folder. That's how I did that. You won't need to do that till you get some files in there. How to upload a file. So this is how you can get a PDF or a Word document or something into your Google Drive should you want to do that. Then you'll see the ability to create a Google Doc. And a Google Doc is like a Word document. It's a way to make a document. Google Sheets, there's the icon for that. That's similar to Excel. Google Slides would be similar to PowerPoint and or Keynote. Google Forms, that's a way to collect data and make surveys. And then those Google Forms, the data from that populates automatically into a Google Sheet for you, which is fantastic. Again, we'll have more training on all of this during our Tech Madness. The videos are going to walk you through how to use all this. And then there's Google Drawings, and we're going to talk about that as well. That's kind of a little gem that not many people know about within Google that people don't utilize enough, honestly, and I'm going to show you how to use that too. So you're probably thinking, listen, I know how to use Word, I know how to use Excel, I know how to use PowerPoint. Why on earth do I need to learn how to use Google? Well, it's the accessibility features in this. That accessibility in the terms of it makes it accessible to other people. You can work collaboratively in here very easily by sharing your project, sharing your files with other people, and you can work in a collaborative way. So for example, if I'm working in a Google Doc, and I'm going to model all of this later in each of your little lessons, but if I'm working with a Google Doc and I create something and I send that link out so that anybody with the link can view it, and then I find an error or decide I want to add something 10 minutes later, if I would have made that in Word, I'd have to make the edits, resave it, and then resend it an email out. Number one, claiming my mistake and that I left it unfinished or I needed to make some updates to it. And send a separate email again so people are chasing. With a Google Doc, any edits you make happen automatically. So you never even have to address it. So when you add something to the Google Doc, it's automatically there. When people have shared access to that or even through a link to view, the changes are automatically there, and that is amazing. The same holds true with your other Google elements as well. So when you make an update, it changes everywhere, and that is huge. In addition, you can collaborate with people. I'm going to click back over to my account. Oops, I'm going to click back over to my account here. And let's see. Here we go. You can see on my files in my Google Drive, you can see all the little heads here. That means I have shared that item with somebody else. So somebody else and I can work collaboratively in that. And I'm going to show you how that works when we touch on each of the different Google elements. But the ability to do that is huge. So that is what Google Drive basically looks like. Everything you create, you'll create in Google Drive. So you'll go to your waffle and you'll go to Google Drive. And then you'll create everything from here. You'll make your new doc or your new sheet or your new slide, and it'll all save here. Something I should also note to you, and that will be illustrated as well in future videos here in your challenge, but all saves are automatic. So you never have to hit save. Anytime you adjust a doc or adjust a sheet or adjust a form, that save happens automatically. So it's next to impossible to lose your work in Google. So those are all of the reasons. Yes, we have other tools to use and we should not stop using those tools, but there are times when this is a better option for you. So again, just in an effort to make your work more efficient and effective, it's great that you're taking the time and are willing to explore Google. So I hope this helped you, and we'll move on with our first challenge.